My name is Kumiko Johnson. I'm from Japan. I came here 50 years ago. By the way, I'm 75 now. So that time we were in China. My parents was in China. And when Japan lost, we gotta go. Everybody go. So they had to leave everything, get in the ship, and left. Nothing. My mother was carrying me because I was just born and I had measles. And she had to hide from everybody. And they must have a hard time just getting to Japan. And we came to Yokohama and start from scratch. And I was left alone because my family was so busy just trying to survive, especially my parents. So I was just left alone, I'm always by myself. My sister, my brother was 10 years different, so they're older. So I have a lot of imagination to every day, you know. And my memory, the one thing, why nobody pay attention to me? So I'm gonna see, everybody can notice if I'm gone. So I hid myself in a closet, a deep closet. And waiting, somebody call me. Nobody called me. So I had to come out. But that's the memory. And I didn't have any toys. And I was creating something busy in hand, you know. That's I remember. And we only had one radio. So I was just sitting there listening to the story. I remember that. And when I started going to school, I had a key and just stay home by myself. But I enjoyed it. And they had this project, everybody living the project. And they had picked some number, and if you win, you can go. That's what we moved in the project. But everybody was living the same way, so nothing. I thought that's it, you know. But I always felt my parent was educator, and she teaches. My father teaches, and I don't know. My family is not like other family. I noticed it because other family is always laughing and enjoying. Here I am just sitting by myself. But I think that's what's good for me. You know, I know what is alone like, you know, and what is imagination, what is creating something for myself. All learn from there. Art was my father taught me, and I started and I liked it. I was falling in love with brush stroke. My father taught me. So, but I decided I'm going into this school, the most hardest school to get in Japan, this art school. I decided to go there. It's a Tokyo University of Art. And this artist created that. They made a movie out of this school because the moment that Japan start going with Western and coming in, they start destroying all the Japanese traditional treasure. So this man decided I'm going to build a school and collected all this artists and give it to that school. That I wanted to go to school. Okay, it's very hard to get in school. That year's 2,400 and cut it to 600 first to just written test. And after 600, they did watercolor painting and drawing. The two subjects, we went through that. And they decided, okay, 60 people, but only 15 is only girl. So when I got in, was just called my father. What? And he called everybody. Kumiko got into the school. But I finally graduated. And after graduate, I went to start working this company, fashion company, knit fashion. I started designing that. But I wanted to come to America. So I started checking around, and I found this in New York textile studio. This Japanese lady owned it. So I wrote a letter to her. She said, come on, because I graduated the school, that's why. So I came to New York and started working. That's the start of everything. 1969. The New York was just beautiful. I got off the airplane. The fresh air, just new place, no more Japanese people. That's terrible, but I felt that way because I was so blessed with Japanese people. You had to be this, you had to be that, you had to be that. You cannot do that, you know. Because of that, I just want to get out and I want to myself, you know. So I did. Yes. Textile art. There's some 3 people was working, and we all design. And the owner takes the design to the fabric place, and they buy the design and they print it. And I remember that each design was, if you sell that time, get the 300 each. And if you add some repeat work and color change, coloring, that's called coloring, and you get more money. So it was pretty good that time, you know, it's a long time ago. And my private life, you know, I was married, and he was transferred from New York to, we got married in New York, transferred to Dallas because he's from Dallas. So we all came to Dallas. I found a company called Susan Crane Packaging. So I had a portfolio, I took there and loved it. So I started working. That's my first job. I don't know how much I was getting. Well, it was pretty okay to me. Well, it was so nice, people was nice, and I was doing really good. And I started finding more company with the greeting card, like Hallmark, American Greeting, drawing board, that's it in Dallas, drawing board greeting card. I started working the freelance artist, and I was doing really good. And suddenly, this is after divorce, suddenly I was taking care of 2 girls and doing all that work, and I was doing pretty good. And suddenly computer is taking everything away from me. I start thinking about I need to change the direction. So I know I can paint, so I want to paint fine art. It was a kind of, you know, transition, you know, designing to the real art, you know. But I think I can do it, because I started with I tried so many different art, children, flowers, people, so I can do everything. I was not sure what I was doing when I'm painting people, but I think the reaction for the other person see that's good, you know. So, okay, you know, I'm gonna just keep doing, and that's what happened. And so now I'm more into it, and the COVID happened, and pencil and paper came, they brought them to my studio, show my old work. I've been working, and they liked it. So okay, we're gonna have a show, and the COVID came, so postponed to next year. While I'm sitting down, I said, okay, this is a good time. I have a time to create more, to please gallery, what they're looking for, So I've been buying all the canvas, so many canvas, but I counted 40 some. It's only like how many days? And I was so surprised.
What was it about Dan George that inspired you?
Nature and all this animal friends. Universe. It's just a Buddhist. Same idea. So I finished Dan George, and next here I am. Here. And Ishi came, and Ishi was sad. That sad picture I saw staying here. And every time I think about it, my tear is coming out. I said, wow, I must connecting to Ishi. So okay, I'm gonna do him, but I want to do different way.
So tell me about, when we talk about the tale of Ishi,
yes.
Tell me about, I noticed in that piece, you have a field of red poppies, and then you have behind Ishi, you have one
yes.
red flower. So what is the symbolism?
Sadness. He should be there with the field of that red flower. But now he's in this little dark room, dusty room, the one flower. But somebody, Instagram, this somebody told me about the painting, right? I did. He said, Ish kept the dignity. Look at any picture he had, they took him. His face is always has a real, So I agree that his face, it's amazing. That's what I created, his face and those three words. I said, yes.
So talk to me about Sitting Bull. What made you decide to?
He is a talker. He's a leader, but he has the word, wisdom, the word. And I read so many different, amazing Native American men says so truth.
What about the lady with the Mona Lisa smile?
I was just looking at all this picture. And I came down, I wanted to paint wrinkle. More pink wrinkle. That shows the history, So I saw her, and she was just so beautiful with the wrinkle. And she knows that too.
So what made you create this body of work for the love, honor, and respect tribute to the indigenous Americans?
Because I was worried about Earth. Because all the damage that some people did to Earth, especially Native American. They were just living peacefully. And suddenly, just like I read the Crazy Horse. They're just minding up. It's just peaceful life, and they came to him to change your life. Why you have to change your way of living?
Why can't people just let people live their best life?
Yes.
And just respect the that people have different ways of being happy
Yes.
without trying to enforce their ways of being on
Yes.
others. Seems
Yes.
like the world would be a much happier place if you did
That's what I That's what I wanted to say.
Yes.
And the beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful dress, beautiful feather.
Yes.
Oh, just amazing. Oh, this nature. They call it, I know that they are calling like two-leg person, four-leg person, rock person, rock people, yeah, tree people. They respect
Earth people.
earth
Yes.
people. So why can't we just respect other creature, you know?
Absolutely.
They have a right to live.
That's right. So tell me about the tale of the universe.
Okay. I know this story my parents told me, or I read a book, children's story. It's called Kaguya Prince. She was born in a bamboo, and this old couple found her, and they raised her, but they came from space. But they sent, you had to come home, you know. And she told, oh, she was just so beautiful. So all these men came to her to want to marry her, but she just give each one a task. If you bring this, if you bring this, and nobody couldn't. So one day, just beautiful, came down and they took her away. And that's the story. Some of our Japanese story is so sad.
Wow.
They
just took her away.
They took her away.
Wow.
It's time to. That's probably they're telling the children, you know, like when the time comes, time comes.
Yes.
You
That's
know?
deep, Kumiko.
Yeah.
We don't have any control over that, right?
No. So, but I changed it to the story based on the, like, found this baby in a flower, and they pray together, but she was the universe. She was the universe tried to teach this boy this word, and when he finished learning, he would be a greatest chief to take care of his people.
So when she goes off this time, she's taught the lessons, she's left him with all the gifts that she came to bring.
Yes, and
then she creates this very
yes,
strong warrior to go off and lead his people.
yes.
I love this story. I love it. It's an awesome story. And I'm so glad we had an opportunity to enable it with the augmented reality so people can hear it.
Yes.
Favorite childhood memory?
Oh, okay. I wanted ice skate. They built an ice skate rink near my parents. I wanted so bad. I never asked anything, and they bought it for me. You know, we're not rich, so that was big. That was amazing, and I went to skate. That was a favorite memory.
Do you like to cook?
Not good. Because when I paint, time passed like so fast. Right? When I'm doing something I don't, time passed so slow.
So how do you think your life will be different in a year? All of this has happened to you in a year. Like COVID hit, you did 40 paintings in 60 days. You got 2 solo shows and 2 beautiful galleries that are right up the street from each other. And so Pencil on Paper Gallery has your Japanese work, and Sani House has your Indigenous American work. How do you see your life in a year? What do you think will happen?
I'm still painting Native American. I decided I'm going to do what I want to do. I think my life was everything I done is I wanted to do. Honestly, selfish, probably, but nobody can make me do something I don't want to.
How much do you worry about what other people
None.
think? Because a lot of artists, they really do. A lot of artists worry about how other people perceive their work, whether they like it, whether they don't like it. They spend hours in
That's not art.
Yeah.
Art should be everything about you, not other people. No, it's you. I want artists to be together. We know how to jealous each other. Do your own art and are proud of that because you have something to paint. So nothing, for sure, but most important, you did your best. That's all. So if nothing happens, I'm 75, I have a lot of painting. If nothing happens, that's okay too. Because I did create, and maybe somebody is going to enjoy, so I'm not going to worry about that. But I did my best. Each pieces, I did my best.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned?
Biggest lesson
that you've learned in your art career?
Myself. Everything comes down to myself. I love myself. That's all. This is my life. I think I went deeper.
What is your favorite song?
Maxwell. Amy sent one day. She put it out the song Maxwell's. What is the name? And I start watching video. My goodness, he is something. I never see anybody like that. So sexy.
So what is your greatest moment in your career as an artist?
I was accepted in a museum. I was accepted African American Museum. 2 pieces of my art was selected. That was the biggest moment in my life. I never had something.
Awesome.
That was, and especially I'm Asian.
Yeah, I mean, you really broke the color barrier there. You did it.
I was just sneak it. I used to have an afro wig. Then she said, "Kumiko, throw them away."
How do you want people to remember you?
Remember me as something to do with Native American.
What do you think your connection is with Native Americans?
Because I was trained all that things to do this. I thought about painting. Wait a minute, I've been painting so many. I did so many things to train to be this. I know that the universe, Kumiko, you are going to do this, so you're going to go this, you're going to learn this, you're going to learn everything. Then here.
You want this to be your legacy.
Yes.
Your Native American work. I see
Yes.
that. You are the one to deliver the story. You are
Yes.
the universe.
I am.